Yo, what's poppin', guys? Sizzle here. Today we're taking a look at the Gamma 2 case. So first things first, we have the G3 SG1 ventilator, just a black G3 SG1 with some gray on it somewhere. Generally just a black finish. Not too bad, honestly. Can't really go too wrong with this. Just a solid C tier. It's literally what it is. Just black G3 SG. Yeah. And then next up is the XM1014 slipstream. Kind of messed that up, my bad. Which has a very confused design. It's got a very nice light blue handle, back, and tip. Very scratched for being a .04. Very noticeable scratches on this weapon. And the base design really isn't that great. So this is maybe a D tier, if even. This is very, very low in D tier. I can barely recommend getting this over stock. You're probably better off getting something like a blue spruce, which is like 2 cents, and it's a gray. Next up is the CZ Auto imprint, which I don't know what this is to do with imprints, but it's cool looking. It's one of those HD looking skins. Got some like white finish on the bottom, silver on the top, and like a dark bluish material in the middle. Unlike most other combos, this actually kind of goes together pretty well, and it looks pretty solid. I definitely would not mind having one of these. Definitely a solid C tier skin. And next up is the UMP45 briefing, which has that little heist map that we've seen like a million times on other skins, except it's got a beautiful color scheme, so that the B, and like if there is an A somewhere on this skin, but not on this particular variant, but some variants will have A, so you can see like B and A, and then it's got like the map pretty well shown, and the rest of it's just a solid gray finish. Kind of goes really well with the skin. And yeah, it looks okay actually. Doesn't look amazing. It doesn't even really look C tier worthy, but it's alright. I'll put it in the D tier. I really don't think the heist was a good finish for most weapons. Then we have the 5.7 Scumbria, which is yeah, it's a fish top. That's what it is. The fish top for the 5.7. It's alright for that reason. Fish top's kind of nice, kind of clean, but the rest of it isn't a fish. You could have done a full fish 5.7. That'd be kind of funny, but it probably would not fit in CS to be fair. Then we have the Negev Dazzle, which, yeah, white and blue, just stripes across the whole thing. I had this at one point with I think I still actually do have this with 400 Thief stickers from RMR 2020, and it actually ends up looking pretty clean with that craft. But even without that, I kind of like the look of the skin. It's a very, very beautiful color scheme. The design isn't horrible to look at. It's not exactly an amazing design, but the color scheme's nice. So for that, I'm putting in the C tier. I actually kind of like this one. Possibly even B tier, because the color scheme's just that good. Then we have the P90 Grim. Probably the best budget P90 you'll ever see. Absolutely beautiful. Just skulls getting launched out from like the main boss skull thing, and it even has this cool ass green thing here. It's a very solid looking skin. 100% one of like the best cheap P90 skins you can ever get. Very solid B tier. Really cool design, really cool color scheme. It just looks good. And we have the Mag 7 Heteroglyph, which has a turtle here. That's the first thing I notice. And otherwise, it's got some like almost like Inca-like designs on it, which don't look too bad. Don't know what happened to the turtle in the back here, but luckily you see the turtle thing in the front. Might be a lizard, but looks a lot more like a turtle. Um, and yeah, it's all right. It's an okay design. It's good enough to get into C tier, but just barely scrapes by as something you can't go too wrong with. Then we have the Scar 20 Power Core, which has the Power Core finish of that one MP7, except unlike the MP7, which is just a full, nice, grassy, dark green color, this one has some gray and yellow on it at other parts of the weapon, and it ends up looking kinda clean. I'll give it that. Good enough to get into C tier, but similar to that Mag 7, barely scraping by in the C tier, because green is really not that nice of a color for a lot of these skins, unless it's comboed very well. Then we have the SG553 Triarch, or Triarch, whatever you want to go with. It's Triarch. No, but it's the Triarch. Got some Chinese stuff on it, I think. Maybe Japanese. I don't know. I don't read it. It's got the main part of the skin is a sand camo for some reason. Every other part of the skin is just nice black and gold finish. I don't know why they couldn't just do black and gold finish for the whole weapon. It would have looked a lot cleaner that way. But it still looks kind of clean even with that. It's unfortunate they use the sand camo though, or else this might have even been a B tier. But with that sand camo, it's still a very solid C tier. You definitely can't go too wrong with this skin. Then we have the Glock 18 Weasel, which is literally a weasel on a Glock 18. That's exactly what you get. And it looks clean, looks nice, looks good. Very solid C tier. I don't have to describe it that much more. Weasel on a Glock 18 is solid, and I'm going to move up the Negev to B tier, because I do like that color scheme quite a lot. Then we have the Desert Eagle Directive. It's an HD black and light blue deagle. I personally don't like the look of the HD deagle. HD can look good on a lot of weapons, particularly I believe there's an HD M41S skin. I don't remember the name of. That one looked kind of clean, but on the deagle, it looks fucking horrible. Don't do this. For future skin creators, don't do this. This was a good experiment for the guy who did, but I prefer stock. Just don't do this. Then we have the MP9 Airlock, which, yeah, don't know what this has to do with an airlock, but it's like a white skin, has some machinery in the middle, and then a red handle. It just looks like a kind of clean white MP9. Just for that, I'm putting in C tier. I like white skins. This is a pretty solid one. No clue what the hell this has to do with an airlock, though. Maybe the machinery has something to do with an airlock, but I wouldn't know. Then we have the AUG Sid Mead. Don't know what that's supposed to mean, but it's an HD AUG with a general like McDonald's type finish, red, and yellow. If that wasn't clear. Yeah, looks alright. Nothing crazy. But nothing bad. Yet again, it's one of the three skins. This skin, and this skin barely scrape by in C tier. They're very close to D tier, and this is one of those three. Then we have the Tech 9 fuel injector. Just a nice yellow and silver finish. Be cooler if it was yellow and black. I think yellow and black is one of the best color combos out there. As someone who is not an artist and purely knows a little bit about colors, I don't even know anything like scholarly about colors, but just looking at them with my eyeballs, yellow and or gold and black just always look good together. But yeah, this is still pretty solid. Yellow and silver just looks kind of clean. Very clean Tech 9. Very solid C tier. That's really all I have to say about it. And one of our two reds is the Famas roll cage. I don't know what this is supposed to be. It's like paintball splatters on it. Uh, maybe roll cage is some kind of reference to something I just don't know about. Got a bunch of different random sponsors on it. Ace Motors, Harry Inc., Farm Villa, whatever. I don't know. I don't like the look of this too much. I think it's actually one of the worst looking skins I've looked at so far, and it has all those random sponsors on it that, for me, make absolutely no sense and don't add anything to the skin. If anything, they detract from it. Because your eyes are just all over the place in this thing. It is a fucking mess. So for me, it's a D tier. And our final skin is the AK-47 Neon Revolution, which is like a neon graffiti type AK. I'm personally not a big fan of these types of skins, but for people that are, this is a phenomenal skin. For me, it's like a lower end C tier skin, honestly. And yeah, that's it for this collection. There really wasn't that much good stuff in this collection, and even the stuff that's mediocre is generally toward the lower end. There's a couple okay skins, mainly the P90 Grim in this collection. And that's about all there is for this case. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed looking at these somewhat mediocre skins as much as I did. And I will see you guys in the next one.